Hey everybody, sorry, I'm gonna sound like a fucking mess because I'm eating food. But anyways, Contego is, and not to be confused with Antago, who's me. Contego, Contego, is a weird woman who's in her mid-40s, who was banned from Graal. She has not been around since 1998, like she lies and claims that she was. You can find records of me all over the official graalonline.com website. You can find all of the evidence. You can find people who knew me. I knew the people. We were a very close-knit development community. This girl is spreading false tales about what Graal is and its origins, and she's doing it to self-aggrandize herself. She has not been around Graal since 1998. You cannot find her name in any fucking records from 1998, nor from 1999, nor from 2000, involving any positions of development of the intellectual property that created this company. This girl has not been around since Zelda Online. She wasn't playing our games. She wasn't playing the original Zelda fucking clone. She wasn't playing any of this stuff. She's a weird woman in her 40s lurking around this children's community. All she does is talk trash about UnixMad and talk about how she was the top admin. She turned it down because she doesn't believe in taking money. She's so holy. She's so good. She's so much better than everybody. She knows the inside scoop. This woman is a pathetic mid-40s-year-old midlife crisis sociopath who has apparently done nothing with herself and will not get the hell out and just go fucking live her life and do something like a normal woman would do in her mid-fucking 40s. This girl will not leave or go away or shut up with her gross lies. She is a psychopath. She is lurking around kids. She wasn't victimized as a child. The most that we have is that after they stole all of this content and these games from us, when we had created the company that created the original pay server that funded everything from the ground up, they started instantiating terms and conditions, and this sociopathic woman signed her rights away as an adult after 2001, after everything had already taken place. And she's trying to retroactively change history. I asked her originally to potentially act as a witness for testimonial in a class action against UnixMad years ago when I was potentially thinking of doing that. And then after talking to her, I realized that she's a fucking midlife crisis loser who was an adult. She wasn't preyed upon as a child. She did everything willingly. She consented. And her facts about history are all botched. All of it designed to glorify herself. She didn't create Graal Classic. She didn't create any of the fucking content on Graal Classic. She didn't create Graal 2001, which was the first pay server that funded the company. When Stefan moved from Germany to Paris to start this company as an actual for-profit company, was my content. She was not on the Graal 2001 project. She was not in the know. She was never a part of our social circles. Nobody knew who she was then. She came after everything took place. And now she's lurking for like 20 years around this children's community and won't go away. She just makes up lies. She spreads all kinds of tales about all this experience and insight and how she was the only top admin with all the access. Anything else that anybody could be saying is absolute fallacy and a blasphemy against her spirit. This woman's a loser. She's never done anything. She has no fucking rights to Graal. She was not exploited as a child. She has no business being here. I don't know if she's infertile. I don't know if her husband left her or if she's just a loser. She can't hold on to a partner because she's probably a psychopath. She probably can't love anybody but herself. Like, why are you still here? Manipulating kids and re-victimizing me and other people who were robbed as children. Girl, you weren't around in 1998, 1999, and 2000. You weren't. And if you were, you came maybe in the year 2000, and you were in the far background away from everybody else where nobody fucking knew your name or cared about you. Nobody. And I'm not saying that because this is a popularity contest. I'm saying that because you're trying to pretend like you got some insight and relevance in all of this fucking exploitation when you don't. You don't. You never did. You're irrelevant, Contego. Nobody fucking knows you or likes you. You're disgusting. You've been banned. What? Like fucking so long ago. All you do is run your mouth about UnixMad online. You think that UnixMad's going to let you back on those servers? You're banned. So why are you still hanging around these fucking communities when all you're doing is counteracting the actual victims and saying that they don't have the right to get justice? And then talking about how you were so powerful. This girl claims that she was used for so much work, but then out of the side of her mouth claims, well, I didn't accept money because I'm above that and I believe in virtues. There's nothing virtuous about doing work for free and allowing sociopaths to steal money from video game tee-hee graphics. The hell's that? You're not saving world hunger. She's making it up. None of this happened. There was no job offer. There was no offer for her to own part of the company. This girl did not build the company. She was not there for the first 3 years that this company was created. She came after I left. In 2001, she claims, is when she rose to power. Well, girl, you didn't really rise to power because they already stole my games and were making money off of it. You're nobody. You're nobody, Contego. You're a predator. Get out of this community. Nobody needs you here, you freak. You fucking freak. I'm sorry you hate yourself in your mid-40s and you're a loser and you realize you're getting older. Go fucking do something with yourself. You have no talents, apparently. Where's your portfolio? Where's your portfolio? Why would they offer to give you 1/3 of the company? Nobody offered to give you 1/3 of the company, you fucking loser. Nobody did. And even if they did, that content was stolen from me and other kids. You had no business claiming that you had the right to fucking take some type of quote-unquote ownership. That's not real ownership. And even if they did, they would have robbed you anyway. They wouldn't have given you a quote-unquote third loser. You were nobody. You never were anybody. At most, you had some admin privilege once after everything already happened, after history was already made. You weren't there. Those were 3 long years of fucking history, of long company development. You weren't there in 98, you weren't there in 1999, and you certainly weren't in any position of relevance in the year 2000, and you absolutely weren't in any position of relevance in the beginning of 2001, before and when I left, and after I left. It was later that you came around. Nobody knows or likes you, you creep. Gallon had already had a history. Pachuca, Gallon, myself, Vangel, Bruges. Everybody had already had a history. Fleetad, Stefan, UnixMad, Agent Crypto, Aloran, Nightlord. Everybody was there, not you. There was no Contego. I don't know if you ripped my name off. There was Antago, but there was no Contego. Contego's a nobody. It's clear that you're coming around, making up all of this like evidence of relevance and trying to discredit all of the truth tellers so that you can get some type of narcissistic supply. You need attention. You crave attention and glory that you aren't due. It's overdue. Nobody cares about you. Go do something with yourself. Go use Unreal Engine. Go make a game if you want to. Why are you here? Why are you fucking here? You weren't a child victim, and you won't even validate the children who were victims. You're calling us all liars and crazy and making up lies about history. Where's the evidence, Contego? Not Antago. We're talking about Contego, who apparently, and I wouldn't be surprised if the bitch ripped my name off because I was around and she wasn't. Maybe she ripped my name off and now she has to badmouth me because she feels embarrassed about it. Like, nobody knows who you are, dude. Not before 2001. Nobody fucking really. I did. I hung out with her in the bathroom and we used to make video games together and hang out in ICQ. That doesn't count, dude. Nobody knows who you are. You were not building the company in 2000, 1999, or 1998. You're irrelevant. And you certainly weren't building it in the first half of 2001 because I was there and it was my game. Everything that came after that, I don't know because that's irrelevant to me. I stopped paying attention when I realized that this was not a good place to be. You, on the other hand, are trying to retroactively own history and hang around children and get all kinds of glory and, woo, Contego, you're so great, from random people's kids. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Do I look like I want children's fucking applause? Look at the way I talk to people like you and everybody else in this community. Do I look like I'm fishing for compliments? I'm here to speak one thing, and the one thing is the fucking truth, and that's it. Maybe save a couple people along the way. You're out here, woo! I need applause! Girl, nobody cares. You're a loser. You're in your mid-40s. Where's your husband? Where's your kids? Why are you such a fucking deadbeat? Hanging around kids' communities, making up lies. Why? How pathetic are you? Why? And by the way, that company was started in 2001, documented online with my content. With my content. So what, you were going to take a third of what company? A third of my content? No, you weren't. You don't own my content. What is this? I was going to be given all this power and I turned it down. Bullshit. You're dumb. You're so evil. Just evil. The only people I can think of as evil as you are like those cantankerous women from the Bible who we've read about who manipulate entire empires so that they can like just be worshipped. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're a loser. You're a fucking loser. You weren't there, Contego. You're a liar. Everything you say is a goddamn lie. And you are just as evil of a child predator as the rest of them. And time was so respectable. Time was respectable. And so was Galen. And they would never put up with Antago. Because he's disgusting. I was the one who was in power. I remember things. And I've been here since 98. No, you haven't. No, you fucking haven't. No, you haven't. And time was not respectable, and you had no fucking position of power. Where is it? Go pull it up on graalonline.com right now. Go pull it up. I left in February of 2001. Show me that you had power over me and everybody else, and that you were deciding things and I'm making stuff up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it. Pull it the fuck up, dude. Prove it. Prove to us that you were in some position of power while I was around and my games were getting stolen. Pre-fucking February 2001. Prove it! You're nobody. Of course you stand up for Time and Galen and whoever else. Because you're using it to self-aggrandize yourself and make your mid-pathetic 40-year-old midlife crisis self hanging around a kid's community look so glorified. I'm Queen Bee. I was at the top. I know the truth. Don't listen to these victims. They are not important. You are a professional victim. You're not a victim. You're a professional victim. You do it for profit and entertainment and attention for yourself. You're pathetic. You can't testify on anything that happened. You didn't recruit Time into position of power. You didn't recruit Galen. Pull it up. Show me. Show us. Prove it. Prove that you were on graalonline.com posting news posts and on the staff page pre-February 2001 when everything went pay to play with my content. Prove it. When my content was being robbed and split up on Graal Classic in 2001. Prove it! Prove it! Prove it! All you have are fucking foul-mouthed lies. And you want to know something about, they would never have anything to do with someone like that. You want to fucking make little fucking comments like that, bitch, behind people's backs? You think you're fucking clever? What do you think people are going to do when they realize the fucking truth about you and how you're running fucking mouth, foul-mouthed little lies about people who are grown up now, who were victimized as children? What do you think they're going to fucking do when they realize who the fuck you are? What do you think God fucking thinks when he looks at your disgusting ass? What do you think the fucking universe thinks when they look down on your foul, fucking pathetic, miserable midlife crisis typing behind a keyboard? What do you think they think when they look at you? What do you think the world is going to see when they open their fucking eyes eventually? Now or later or in the future or in the life to come, when? What do you think they're going to fucking think about you, you fucking freak? You think that anybody's going to give a shit about you? You're disgusting. Nobody would have anything to do with a woman who fucking badmouths and spreads lies about people who were victimized as children so that she can glorify herself and falsely call herself Queen Bee as she erases and retroactively changes history for herself, despite no archives lining up with her claims and despite nobody knowing who she is. My name has been on graalonline.com since 1999. Who are you? Who are you? Who the fuck are you? You gonna take testimony from some dumb bitch who came after we all got robbed? Everybody listening to this, you're going to take testimony from some dumb bitch who showed up after children got robbed, running her mouth about the victims and claiming she was Queen Bee and aggrandizing herself and making it look like she was donating to charity when she said, I refused power and money. That's bullshit. First and foremost, slashing people with fake swords and collecting rupees from fake pixel art bushes is not charity work. You weren't saving anybody. You're not virtuous. You weren't offered the power. You didn't turn power down. You weren't offered it, bitch. And how can you say that you were offered it, but that you turned it down, and then out of the side of your mouth also tell everybody that you were exploited? How does that make any sense? Not to mention, you came after all this happened, you signed your rights away, and you were an adult. All the terms and conditions came after they robbed us. So you signed your rights away, and you were an adult. We know you're an adult because you told us. We know what your age is. We know. Whose testimony is going to fucking matter here? The only people who your fucking testimony matters to, and no one, and by the way, let's say, for example, you're like, well, I would never testify in court for Antago. Well, first and foremost, I wouldn't ask you to because you're a liar and you're like incredible. And nobody would ever fucking allow you on a fucking judge's stand. The only place that you and your facts that don't line up with reality flies are all these kids you're running your ugly little fucking mouth to constantly behind people's backs. That's the only people you could fucking manipulate. You sure as hell ain't gonna manipulate a judge or a jury when there's no documentation of you before 2001 on all the official websites where you claim to have some stake in the writing of history. You don't have any relevance. You're a liar. What do you think people are going to do when they realize what you're doing? That you're retroactively changing history to make yourself out to be, like Regina George of Mean Girls. I was Queen Bee. Me. He's an idiot. He's a loser. I was Queen Bee. You're fucking gay, dude.